Hi guys, and welcome back to Great Piece of Gaming. I'm Keeping Zero, and today I'm really excited and really proud to show you a sneak preview of a game that is not yet available. Currently it's on Steam Greenlight only. Go on and check the description box for a link and give it a thumbs up. The name is Gates of the Horizon and it falls directly into 4X genre of games. For those who are unfamiliar with this type of games, the 4X stands for Explore, Exploit, Expand, Exterminate, and the term seems originating in 1993 from Alan Emmerich during a preview of Masters of Orion on the Computer Gaming World magazine. The title is in beta state actually, but the developers told me that it's basically finished and they are taking their time to polish it up. The game is from HexKeep Studios, an indie Italian developer located in Florence, and this would be their first huge project for the masses. So what about the game itself? Well, it's a space-based game where you need to build and construct your own spaceship, manage resources, manage your crew, manage meteors, create havoc and stuff. There's plenty of things to do, because the game at its core it's an open world sandbox game where the only limit is your creativity. In this sense it's much more like Minecraft. You don't have any specific object or task to do, it's all up to you. It draws a lot of inspiration from masterpieces, maybe I should say masterpieces of the category, like Evil Line, like X-Wing, like Elite. What makes this title interesting though is the feasibility of having it deployed on different platforms such as Linux, Android and iOS. It's in fact made in a United Engine, which makes the game itself able to run on a wide range of hardwares without having high system requirements. So the general idea behind it is to carry with you the progress you made, let's say on desktop PC, to your favorite device and carry on with your empire. I guess it's all for the introduction. Now let's go straight through the game tutorial, which is what this video is about. The tutorial isn't short, but it shows you the basics to start a space revolution. Okay guys, at the start of the tutorial we need to choose a corporation name and we need to choose one of the three factions available. We got the Light Federation, which is based on commerce, also I think it's neutral. The New Orbital Empire, which is based on war, also I think it's based on offensive type, and the Galactic Republic, that sounds like something like Star Wars, which is based on science and I guess it's based on defense as well. We got an easy access to list below the icons, as you can see, where are lists where some type of components and items are listed. I guess that as soon as you craft or obtain a specific object that is listed here, you are granted with some kind of bonuses. So for this tutorial we'll go for the New Orbital Empire because I like to be a more offensive type. Okay, first step to do is to hire an agent. Before doing so, let me say that the UI chosen for this game is something really clean and smooth. As you can see, it's pretty much streamlined with white icons into square buttons. That's probably made with touchscreen devices in mind, which also makes navigation with mouses or other peripherals pretty much easy to perform. So let's go on with the tutorial. So when hiring a new agent, we can specify the agent name. In this case I'm using my nickname, and we can choose a portrait that we would like to use with him. There are plenty of portraits. I like the art style they use. Is some kind of technique they use. I don't know, it's something like oil painting or weather painting. I would like to use this one, which resembles me, Commander Shepard of Mass Effect, and also it resembles me in the real life. So let's go with this one. So our agent is set. Now we need to customize the stats as we want. Remember that the total sum of the stats cannot be over 30, and every stat has a range to respect, which is 0 to 10. So subtract or add points as you wish. For the next step, as the tutorial asks us, we need some kind of space to perform business on the base station. In this case that space is called cargo, and we are guided to buy one in this section. So we got our agent up here. Let's go, let's hit next first. Let's go to the cargo button. Let's buy the one the tutorial offers us. It's 500,000 space, comes for the price for 1,000. Let's get it. Let's hit next. As you can see, we got the space amount here. Now let's choose our agent and let's send him to the market to gain some pieces of equipment we need. As you can see in the market interface, we got some item types categories subdivided in buttons, so you can quickly sort them. Although we can only do some predefined steps in the tutorial. As you can see, we got the components, shapes, resources, moduli, gadgets, and so on. Small, medium, or large. It depends then on the ships we would like to use or the ones we got. So for now, let's say trade. We got one trader only, which is the Mighty Janus. Let's hit her. It sounds bad, I know. Let's buy the support ship, which is our main chassis, our main hull. Then let's buy all the other objects by just clicking the left arrow to add them to our cargo space. Okay, let's hit next. Let's go back to the base station. There you go. We got the items listed in the cargo. So let's assemble our ship. Let's give it a name. We call it Yamato. Okay, let's go back to the base station and let's select the ship in the hangar. Here we go. So this is our ship panel. As you can see, we got a small recap of our ship. We got an holographic representation of our current ship hull. Let's hit the fitting button to proceed. This is our ship diagram basically, which is subdivided into three sections, as you can see: the active components, the passive, and the interactive ones. Let's say that the active components can be used at will. The passive components are always on components, such engines, and the interactive components are the ones that are triggered or used in certain circumstances, like lasers or shields or whatever. So to proceed, let's add an engine, the one we bought before. Let's install it. This type of engine, it's not an automatic engine. We need someone to man it, so let's say a pilot. In this case, probably we would like to use our agent, the one we created before. So let's say the plus button. Let's select the agent we created before. Let's embark him. Now, as you can see, we got our agent that is taking care of the engine now. So let's select a weapon or an attachment. Let's go for the mining laser because we need to mine some meteors first in this part of the tutorial. So let's add the emergency mining laser. I still wonder why it's called emergency mining laser, I don't know. Let's go back. You can use the takeoff button later in the game to jump a few panels, but for the tutorial we need to follow the yellow arrows. So let's go back, let's undock the ship, let's take control of it. So we are now outside. This is the 3D part of the game. As you can see, the Unity engine does the job pretty much perfectly. It's nothing greater, complex, or graphically intense. Remember that this game is gonna be deployed on a lot of different devices. So the tutorial is showing us a few buttons on the UI. Anyway, to proceed we need to open the map. You can switch between views by using the 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional button. As you can see, we got a lot of items already. But for this part we need to select the small asteroids cloud. So let's select it. Let's hit the approach button. And then let's go back to the 3D part. Okay, now our ship will perform some kind of animation. It's warming up engines and it will space jump in a second. . Okay, we are in the middle of the asteroids cloud. We can filter a few things already in the map in this visual representation by selecting one of these buttons up here. As you can see, by hovering the mouse and making a small pause will describe what button does what. So let's select the first really small asteroid button. The tutorial is showing us how we can easily manage each box by dragging and dropping it around. You can pretty much give it a position we like, and we can discharge it by right clicking. We got the others here, and by selecting the delete button. Okay, we got rid of it. Let's select the small asteroids cloud we need. Let's mine it. Same usual animation we told you a few seconds ago. Now our ship will reach the asteroid orbit. Okay, our ship is now automatically reaching the asteroid in order to start mining it. We don't need to do anything, it will perform the task automatically, as we said before. As soon as it is in range, it will start mining it using the beam, as you can see. In the bottom left part you got that hexagonal button with numbers. It will represent the cooldown period of the laser, which is 10 seconds now. Okay, our mining process is finished. Let's see what we got from it. We got mining waste rock and a raw titanium, which is a thing that we need. Let's get rid of the mining waste, since we don't do anything with it. Let's keep the titanium. Let's close this panel. Now for the next step we need to go back to the base station in order to refine the titanium we just got. So let's select the Imperial base station. As you can see, we got a small recap of what the station has. In this case we got the cargo and one trader, the sexy Janus as before. Select the dock command. Now our ship will automatically dock to the training station in a few seconds. So back at the station we need to unload our ship. We got the titanium, remember? We need to move the titanium from our cargo to the cargo in the base station in order to refine it. So let's select add with the right arrow to our cargo. It's okay for now. Let's go back to the station. We need to disembark our agent because we need him to refine the titanium. Naturally, we are performing everything with just one agent, but you can use other agents to perform other tasks as well. Let's hit manufacture. Let's hit the refine button. We got the raw titanium. We need to add it to one of the queue slots. So let's add to the first one. Let's refine it. It will be ready in a few seconds. It's not ready. Let's go back. Okay, we got the refined titanium. Now we need to teach our agent how to use this refined titanium or this refined resource based on what you are gonna mine in this base. So let's select our agent now. Let's hit the blueprint button. Let's select the sexy Janus. Let's see what blueprint she got. We got the airlock handle only. Let's get it. Learn $1. It's okay. Now let's go back. Let's hit manufacturer as before. We got the airlock handle here. This is a list of the blueprints known by the agent. Let's select the airlock handle. Let's hit 1 queue slots and let's hit craft. Now as you can see, as before, we got a build time and we got a cost. Each component got individual values, so we need to wait a bit to have the product ready. It's almost ready. It's done. Let's go back. Okay, we got the airlock handle produced just fine. Now learn how to fight. Okay, let's hit the ship button. Let's go switch lasers. We need to switch the mining laser with the support laser. Let's install it. As usual, as before, let's add our agent to the engine. We need him to man it. Let's go back, let's undock and take control. So back outside, we are on the map. Next step is to select the first smuggler encounter, as we did before with the asteroids. So let's hit the approach command. Let's go back, and we got the usual animation. Let's reach the probe orbit. We are now in the smuggler's probe orbit. As you can see, they will not engage us right now. Let's see why. So hit the gear button in the upper part of the screen. Let's select the standings button. As you can see, the smuggler's standing value, it's a negative value compared to the ones we are getting now, which is new orbital empire, is the green bar. It's like they are afraid of us right now. So let's hit next. Let's close this panel first. Let's go back to the map. Okay, let's filter the probes by using the neutral button. Let's select a probe and let's select the fight button. So we are approaching the probe now. We will start firing at it as soon as we are in range. Remember that the probe will not engage us, so we are the ones engaging it first. Okay, the fight has begun. So let's move to the bottom left corner of the screen. We got a few gauges and 3 buttons. We got the plus, minus and stop button. That would be the speed modifier buttons. The speed gauge is the green one. We got the energy gauge, which is the white one, and the red gauge, which is our health bar, and also our ship hull health. As you can see, by hovering the mouse over the laser icon, we got a few statistics that are usual to determine what kind of things our weapon we can do, such as edge cast or cooldown. Two factors here are really important to note. One is distance and one is point blank. Speaking of the offensive laser, they are expressed with two values, which is minimal values and maximal value. Let's say that our optimal effectiveness of the weapon is to stay between these two values. Let's wait for the fight to finish. Okay, so let's inspect the wreckage of the smuggler's probe. Let's select the smuggler probe rack. Let's see what it got. Let's open the cargo button. It was empty. Okay. For the next part of the tutorial, we are required to gain at least 4000 warfare experience points. It will take some time, so I will skip this part and I will get back to you guys once we are back to the base station. Okay, back at the station. We are docked right now. When docked, the ship will automatically start repairing itself. It will take some time, but we can speed up things by clicking on the instant repair button. It will come with a cost naturally. For this part anyway, let's go back to the base station main panel. Let's disembark our agent. Let's go to the skill panel by hitting the skill button. Now we can we can use the 400 warfare experience point we got before. By doing so, we need to select a skill, and by leveling up certain skills we can gain access to tier 2 skills and tier 3. So let's keep in mind that to access them we need at least one base skill, so a tier 1 skill. Each skill the agent got will naturally add some bonuses to our ship or equipment. So let's select the pilot skill for now. Let's upgrade it. Okay, we've raised the pilot skill to level 2. We got a character point by doing so. Remember that experience points needs character points to level up a skill, and you can also respec such points to add them to other skills as well, but remember that by doing so your experience will be lost. So let's go back to the asset screen. So the basic tutorial is finished, and we can stay in this some sort of training system right now. We can keep on mining meteors or approaching smuggler's probe as we wish. When we are ready, we can take out our ship to one of the gateways of the galaxy and start our empire for good. So something that I didn't took care before is the settings panel, which can be accessed by selecting the settings button. I will show you in a few seconds. This is the standing buttons as we took notice before when approaching the probes. There we go. In the settings you can pretty much configure a lot of aspects of the game, starting from the UI and some graphical aspects as well. Let's hit cancel for now. So in conclusion, guys, I would like to point out a few things that are really important in my opinion. So first of all, I would like to point out the fact that the developers got an amazing support. They are listening a lot to feedbacks. I got the opportunity and the pleasure to sit down with one of them, and I had the pleasure to express my thoughts on the game and on the tutorial itself by mentioning a few things I would like to see changed or implemented. So the second important point here is the fact that they managed to pull off a game that is rather complex, but they did in a way that it can attract a lot of players, even those that are not really fond into the 4X genre of games. Like myself, I don't like this type of games, but I would like to say that I got a nice time by playing it, and as much as my experience goes with this type of games, for a few reasons. One of them, without a shadow of a doubt, is the UI. As I told you before, they opted for a streamlined UI with a clean style, which is not cluttered with buttons or section or things to click. Everything is sorted into a specific category. You can pretty much move easily between the menus, especially the market, which is which got the categories subdivided, so you can easily access and filter the things you would like to use or buy. And the fact that the UI is citable for mouse or finger use, which at the same time express their passion and their will to bring the game on a lot of devices, such touch devices as we said before, which is the most important part of the whole game. They are aiming to have a working system, doesn't matter on which device you are. I mentioned that before. I will not stop to mention this because it's a huge plus point. I also pointed out a few things I would like to see changed or implemented. I told the developers that I would like to see a better graphical aspect management, since we got right now we got a few options already in the settings button. I would like to see a better shadow casting management, since we got the sun in the system that can pretty much cast real-time lights, and I know that Unity Engine support this, but it's totally up to them. I would like to express the fact that this engine has been chosen because it can be deployed like a real engine on a lot of different platforms without losing too much quality, so in some way can be understandable, but that doesn't mean that they cannot forcibly develop this aspect of the game. And on a final note, speaking of the musical aspect of the game, right now we got only one musical track. I would like to see so much more variety, like a specific music for the base station, a few more tracks for the 3D part, so for the space flights and so on. I guess they are working on it, honestly. So we are approaching the end of the video. I would like to point out again the fact that this game, although is rather complex and made towards some kind of a target audience, it could be well suitable for physicomers as well, like myself. If you loved what you saw here, or if you didn't, just hit the Steam Greenlight link please in the description box to help this small studio to get greenlighted. Also you can share, subscribe and comment, and don't forget to spread the word about it. From CumendaVeneziano is all for now. Thank you for watching. See you again, guys.